Hi and welcome to this, another short tutorial on how to use L8MS Risk, and this one is concerned with putting new answers and recommendations into your survey sheets. That is a new function that we've added in 2011. If you go down to download survey sheets in the menu here, this used to just bring down a zip file of all of our survey sheets. You can still get that zip file there. If you click on that, that's a one-click download of all the standard surveys with our standard answers and recommendations in. But let's say, and some companies have, that you want to add your own recommendations. If we expand the list down here, here is the full list of surveys that are in our standard risk assessment system. And let's choose booster pumps. And say that you want to add a new recommendation to whether the internal of expansion vessels can be cleaned or not. Click on recommendation. First thing to note here is that it shows you that there are no records available. We obviously, and I say obviously, perhaps it isn't, don't show you the recommendations that are in the standard system. We don't want those edited because you'll be editing those for everybody. But what you can now do is to add your own recommendation, which will also come down in the spreadsheet. So we drop down to the bottom here and click add. We choose the company that we want to add the new recommendation for this survey and this question, and we need to go and grab some standard text that we would like to use. Here's some standard text that I use for this particular scenario quite often. Okay, so we'll close that one down. No, we don't need to save it, and we'll hit paste and save. And you'll now see that Oculus Consulting owns its own little recommendation which applies to this question on this survey. If I just close down that tab and go back to the front here. Now that has put the new recommendation into our system, but of course you don't have a spreadsheet with that question, with that recommendation for that question. So you now need to download a new spreadsheet once you've added your new company specific recommendations. So you do that, you go into Legionella Risk Assessment, we go into Booster Pumps, and we ask it to extract. And after a short delay and a bit of thinking on the server's behalf, we get to save a file, save as. One thing you may have noticed, the files come up with pretty horrible names. So if I just zip along here, I always edit mine, so we'll call it booster and survey, and I'll call it V2 for you guys, just so that you know that it's the new survey, which is slightly different to the old survey, and save it on my desktop. If I then open up this Excel file for you, enable the macro content, auto size the rows. If we go down to question 7 here, can the internal of the expansion vessel be cleaned? And in the drop down list, lo and behold, here is a new recommendation for you to choose from as part of your standard list. So that's a pretty useful function. Obviously you need to get the spreadsheet out to all your risk assessors once you've created these new ones, but that actually allows you to personalize the system and put in your own type of answers and recommendations. Hope that's useful, and I'll see you again in the next tutorial. Cheers, bye bye.